Every year, Americans throw away around 292 million tons of trash, which is about 4.9 pounds per person per day. Much of that waste ends up in landfills or oceans when it could be recycled. My name is Taylor Wynn, and today I will be discussing why recycling should be a mandatory practice. As a concerned citizen and someone who has researched the environmental impacts of waste, I understand how important it is for us to take responsibility for our planet. Today, I will discuss the problems caused by lack of recycling, propose solutions through mandatory recycling policies, and explain the benefits we all gain from these changes. The lack of mandatory recycling policies contributes significantly to environmental harm. The absence of binding recycling requirements means that vast amounts of recyclable materials such as plastics, paper, glass, and metals still end up in landfills where they occupy space for decades and leach harmful chemicals into the soil and groundwater. Every ton of paper sent to the dump represents dozens of trees that could have been spared, while unrecycled plastic fragments break down into microplastics that travel through waterways, entering the food chain and threatening wildlife health. Without clear regulations, recycling remains a voluntary effort, and participation rates stay well below the levels needed to curb the strain on our planet. Making recycling mandatory is a practical and effective solution. When municipalities and governments enact policies that require households and businesses to sort and recycle their waste, participation jumps dramatically. Mandatory recycling ordinances typically come with convenient curbside pickup, standardized bins, and clear guidelines, removing uncertainty and friction for citizens. In San Francisco, for example, the city's mandatory recycling and composting program has driven its landfills diversion rate to over 80%, which is one of the highest in the world. Residents there now separate recyclables, compostables, and trash into 3 distinct bins. This simple system, backed by city enforcement and education campaigns, demonstrates that clear rules plus accessible infrastructure can transform waste management in a matter of years. Mandatory recycling has long-term benefits for the environment and society. By feeding recovered materials back into manufacturing, recycling cuts out significant portions of the energy-intensive process involved in extracting and refining raw resources. Producing aluminum from recycled cans uses up to 95% less energy than making it from bauxite ore. Similarly, recycling paper saves water, reduces greenhouse gas emissions, and slows deforestation. Beyond resource conservation, a robust recycling industry creates green-collar jobs, collection, processing, and manufacturing roles that help grow a sustainable economy. As recycling programs scale, they foster innovation in materials, sciences, and circular economy business models, ensuring that future generations inherit not only a cleaner environment, but also a resilient economy framework built on reuse rather than waste. In conclusion, recycling prevents environmental damage by keeping valuable materials out of overflowing landfills and stopping pollutants from entering natural ecosystems. Mandatory recycling policies offer a straightforward, proven way to boost participation and dramatically cut waste, evident by success stories like San Francisco. In the long run, recycling conserves energy and raw materials, reduces carbon emissions, and spurs job creation in a more sustainable economy. Recycling isn't merely a personal good deed, it is a collective duty. By making recycling mandatory, we establish a shared standard that protects our planet, planet's health, secures vital resources, and builds a greener economy for all who follow. Again, my name is Taylor Wynn, and thank you for listening.